What is up, everybody? Star Wars Dad back for another video. Today we're going to be looking at a Qi'ra Green list that recently won a 1K. I believe this was last weekend. Again, I apologize. I've not been able to record as much. My life is not allowing time for me to record, so I'm pretty much stuck to Sundays. Sunday afternoons are the only time to record right now, unfortunately. So I apologize again. There's not really much I can do about it. But I just want to, take a look at Qi'ra again. Qi'ra has obviously had a lot of success. I mean, when I did the first video on Qi'ra was before it had won anything big. That was probably almost 2 months ago now. But I wanted to kind of revisit it and see where these updated lists have taken. This list is very similar to my current list. The biggest difference is that they don't have Snoke in the main. They have Relentless and Devastator. They don't have Snoke at all on the list, which I think is a mistake. I think Snoke is incredible, and I think it's really, really good against Boba. And I think Boba, especially Boba Yellow, is one of your tougher matchups for this deck. So I don't think that's a wise decision. But I guess if you feel like you can just beat Boba with Relentless, that's a thing. But I don't know. I don't think you can. I think Snoke really, really helps against Boba because a lot of their units just die immediately, like Crafty Smuggler and Greedo and 7th Fleet Defender and just everything. Just so it puts them in a place where they can't even play cards from their hand, from my experience. So that's my reasoning. I did start out playing this list, but I didn't like not having Snoke. So I ended up just playing my own list. But my list, again, the Relentless and the Devastator in the sideboard, I bring those in against control and mid-range matchups. I also don't play the Black Sun Starfighter. I'm not really a big fan of that card. I think it's fine. I get it. When you're playing 3 Vaders, it makes the most sense. I do like that this list has 2 Consortium, but my list, I play 3. Black Sun Starfighter, again, I've spoken about this. It just feels very meh. Like it just always dies. And I guess that's kind of the purpose of it, but for me, I'd rather have Consortium where it actually can live, and just to gain that subtle 2 life and just maximizing my ability to find that card, because it really does make a really a big impact over the course of the game, especially if you find more than 1 Consortium, and especially when you're playing Timely Intervention and the ability to ambush in more than 1 in a game. It can just be really, really impactful against aggro decks. And I believe it, even in today's games against Sabine, I think it came down to if they just had the 4 cause I believe in, and I think our subtle life gain from Consortium is what won us the game, because we didn't find our vigilance that game. They also don't play Make an Opening, which I also think is a mistake. I think one of your other bad matchups is like Lurking TIE Phantom decks, and just having that additional way to deal with the Phantom, as well as the fact is another reason is that Consortium survives when it ambushes in against that card. Everything else is pretty standard. They also don't play Takedown. I also, again, I think that's a mistake. Clearly they won a tournament, so I mean it's obviously a good list, but I think when it comes down to like personal preference and playstyle and things that I've experienced when playing this deck, Takedown is extremely important as another way to deal with Sabine decks. Sabine decks can still just run you over with this deck, so you really have to have multiple ways of dealing with things. Like Death Trooper is a great answer for Sabine. Takedown is a great answer. Power of the Dark Side is a great answer. Qi'ra is a great answer, but I like having the multitude of answers instead of just kind of streamlining things. Gideon's also a great answer. And I guess they were going with the Timely Intervention, Gideon Death Trooper route, which I totally think is a viable way of doing things, but again, I just prefer to have the takedowns, because takedowns are also good against other situations, especially because you have Barrage in here and Qi'ra, and just being able to play weaker units. Takedown also makes a lot of sense when you're playing Snoke. So this was their list. Again, I tried it out at first, didn't really fit my playstyle and the way I like to play this deck. The one thing I did like about their list is that they have the 3 top target in the side, whereas I only have 2. I like the second copy of Rukh as well, just for those Crate Dragon type decks. But let's show you my list here. So here is my list. Like I said, it is a subtle differences, but again, it's about play style, what you feel comfortable with. So I have 1 less copy of Timely, and then the making openings, the takedowns. I also play 51 cards, which I think is totally fine. If there's anything I would like to add in, it's the 3rd top target. What would I cut? Not sure. I also play Traders. The Traders was huge in today's games. I think you could go up to 2 Traders and take out 1 Enforcer potentially. If I was to make another change, I think Traders is just really impactful. It can really just kind of stop your opponent in their tracks. That's also a reason we won against Sabine in today's video. Spoiler alert, we beat them. But Traders is just huge. Such a good card. It's another way to deal with Phantom. Just a lot of these aggro decks, it's a really, you combine the flip turn with a Traitorous, and it's like, how do they recover from that? That's a really strong flip turn, as well as Barrage. And I like having that, multiple options on the flip turn to go with Qi'ra. So, the other thing I would potentially change, like I said, is drop 1 Enforcer and put in a 2nd copy of Traders. But today I just played with 1 just to see how it felt, and it felt great. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the kind of the gist of things. Again, the takedowns are really big. I also play 2 Vader and 2 Maul. I don't play just 3 Vader. And I have my Palps returns in the sideboard. Again, I've played it this way since the beginning. I like having the option to choose Vader or Maul depending on what I'm dealing with. Both of them can be very impactful, and I like those hands when you have both in your hand at the same time and get to choose on that 7 resource turn. Is just really sweet depending on the situation. You can go more aggressive with Maul, take out a bigger threat with Maul. Vader also, you can take out bigger threats if you find the Death Trooper, as well as get board, more board presence. So I just like having the 2 of both, and again, the 2 Snokes. I think it's a great way to deal with Boba decks, and it's one of the best answers you have to deal with those decks, as well as Traders. Traders is really good against Boba. And then Avengers, your big closer. Usually your Vaders and Mauls are just trading with each other, and a lot of times you get into situations where you don't even want to play anything on the ground because you don't want their Maul to come in and ambush and get in for overwhelm damage. So, but as always, please like and subscribe. If you enjoy my content, please make sure to go to the community page and write down what deck you think is the best deck in the format for the current format, and make sure to subscribe to have a chance at winning one of the the prizes. Once we hit 2,500, I will give away those 4 prizes. But let's get into some games and see how things go with this deck today. No, I like this hand. No mulligan there. So what are we trying to do here? Client's pretty solid. Death Trooper's pretty solid. Traders is pretty good. I think we're letting go of Maul. And then what? I really don't want to let go of Vigilance. But it's either Client or Death Trooper. What are we playing here? Client or Death Trooper? Client or Death Trooper? I want to keep. I mean, we only have 1 copy of Traders. Put a death mark on us, okay? Cool. What happened? Oh, he took away our shield, okay. Alright, Gideon or Traitorous? That's tough. Well, we're gonna go ahead and go in with Hylobon here before we do anything. He's got an ECL, he could easily just attack you with the Superlaser Tech here. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, he's undoing his thing first, okay. So he's going to kill it immediately is what it looks like. There you go. Cool. Now you got two choices. Man, this dude keeps undoing all of his actions. A lot of misplays here. A lot of redos. I feel like you should only get a few redos a game. Like, there's a little bit too many redos here. We're just going to go ahead and attack into Dengar. We're not going to play around with... Could do make an opening too. Power of the Dark Side is good, but let's just we're gonna go Power of the Dark Side Hylobon, I think. I mean, he does have Bossk this turn, so we're gonna go kill this before he can get the advantage of Bossk's ability. If he flips Bossk right now, we just Power the Dark Side, pretty simple. Okay. I'm okay with Power of Dark Side. That's a good card to flip. Okay. Sure. Absolutely take that all day. So that now we can ECL in Gideon and kill Bossk. Takedown's good. I like to have one of each. Get that out of here. Yeah, he still has the ECL though, so he could easily kill Gideon, but Gideon will probably kill whatever he has. Okay. I'm just gonna pass. We're not gonna not get value out of Qi'ra here. Sure. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and deploy. Sure. So Qi'ra becomes I'm okay with just trading. I think that's fine. It's totally fine. Don't need laser tech anymore. I think our I guess it still has a purpose of just dying and putting pressure. So I'm okay with that. Sure, okay. Takedown or vigilance here? I'm good with vigilance, just defeat and mill. Okay. Sure. Could take down laser tech here, take down resupply, yeah. Get that off the board. Resupply, now we're just waiting for the big stuff. I think if we use any power of the dark side, use one. Okay, our opponent claimed initiative with just a Dengar, which is interesting. Choose a card to your resource. It's gotta be timely. We have client here. I think we're just gonna play it down. Another death mark. Okay. Sure. We're gonna defeat and mill again, I think. I'd rather save a barrage for something else. Let's try to mill our opponent out. Seems like a good plan. Alright, we're just looking for big stuff now. We just need Avenger, Snoke, Darth Maul, Darth Vader, any of this stuff would be great. Taking out 2 Dengars now. We're just getting resupplies and laser techs today. Just getting a lot of bad draws thus far. We are going to have to probably barrage because of this situation we're in of nonsense, complete and utter nonsense. Better than getting killed and him drawing 2 more cards. Sure. Let's get in for some damage. Okay. Okay, yeah. Our opponent's drawing well and we are drawing like crap. Just a simple game of that so far. Just get rid of that. Sure, there's the ECL. Of course, our opponent keeps drawing fire. We're drawing nothing. Just go here. Sure. Well, they only have 5 cards left in their deck, so our 2 mills are definitely paying off right now because we are literally drawing nothing. Okay, that is unfortunate. You can play all these cards, but what is the best thing to do? ECL in, Gideon kills Kylo. Then we play Make an Opening, then Power the Dark Side, I guess. Or we could play one or the other, I guess, if we ECL in Gideon. I mean, I kind of have to right now. I don't really have a choice. Gotta just lower the damage output. While our opponent runs out of cards. Yeah, they've drawn a lot, and then we've used Vigilance on them twice, so that's definitely helping us. Let me see what we've... There's another big card. Finally, we got something. What did they mill anyways? Haven't even looked. Reinforcement walker is the biggest thing they've milled. Okay, well that's good news for us. Consortium is pretty solid here. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna hold on to most of our cards. This side. Our opponent is let's go into here. Death Trooper is good. See what else we have as options. Pyke isn't bad, but I like Death Trooper better. We'll go 2 here, 2 there. Okay, well there's that. So that's definitely a thing. He does it to Death Trooper, I'm assuming. Okay, go power the dark side here. Let him pick one of the other things. I don't think he wants Darth Maul to die. Okay, sure. Talk about drawing the worst cards in the history of the game. We've only drawn one thing to help us so far. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me right now. I don't think we can win now. I mean, he just claims the initiative and we just lose. Like, there's not... When you draw this poorly, like, it feels... I mean, the best thing we could draw now is a Laser Blast. So our opponent has nothing in their hand. What just happened? How did we get 24 damage on their base? Oh, because of the milling. What? He's not happy about that. Yeah, I didn't even realize how much damage he was taking from milling. He didn't understand it either. I mean, this doesn't do an... Oh, it does. We have Maul. Yeah, we have Maul for the win because of the mill. That's crazy, man. He's not understanding. Huh? This guy, man, with the undos, it's just been ridiculous. Okay. Still just gonna Maul for the win. Good game. I mean, that was... Talk about just hanging on by a thread, and just luckily we made a good enough decision there to mill him twice, because otherwise, I mean, we drew terribly. Of the 18 cards we had left, I mean, we had what, another Maul, another Vader, 2 Snokes, 2 Avengers, just all of our gas, Laser Blast. I mean, he just had everything. Alright, no mulligan. Got our Hylobon. Gonna probably resource Snoke and Avenger just because they're so late. Got a good curve though. Hylobon into power into takedown. Okay. Okay, looks like our opponent didn't have a turn 1 play. Another Avenger. Ouch. Really don't want to resource that. That is one of our closers here. Consortium is really good against them, though. That is so tough, man. But it's just so far away. We gotta survive. Okay, he's ECLing. That card has been just taking out my Enforcer. Just waiting on our opponent to resolve the ambush attack here. Alright, should we power the dark side or play Consortium? I think we're going to power. We don't want to have... We want to limit his ability to play dark sabers on anything. Alrighty. Fel the Dragon's going to come in handy. I think we're going to let Pyke go right now. We're going to play Takedown on Sabine. I think it's ideal. See what he does, though, since we don't have anything on the board. Yeah, we'll just take down K2SO, that's fine. If he discards a card here, then we will let go of Consortium, I think. I think Fel the Dragon's a little more important for those wreckers and Poes. Okay, Sabine's coming out, that's fine. Okay. We're at 5 resources here. He could play Poe this turn. Resupply allows us to get to Darth Maul next turn. We've already resourced 1. Have we resourced 1 Consortium? No. We discarded a Consortium, so... It's the only form of life gain we have right now. So if he doesn't put the Dark Saber here, then we have... a way to kill Sabine immediately, and we have Fel the Dragon for Poe. Depends on what he does. Okay, Fleet Lieutenant, sure. Okay. So we'll just drop down a Consortium, claim the initiative so we can gain life. Pyke's a thing. Overwhelming Barrage is not bad. Gets at least get rid of one of those units. Kind of does the same thing. Okay. Claim the initiative here and see what he plays. If he goes wide, that's probably worse. Okay. Easy choice here to kill red 3. Or traitorous. Yeah. Darth Maul is not bad here either. So we're going to use Consortium to kill Red 3. That's the easy choice. Then what? Traitorous the Fighters? Or Darth Maul? Okay, well now we're just going to Traitorous since he did that. To kind of disrupt his game flow. You can also use this to kill Fleet Lieutenant. And then we are in solid shape, okay. We have not ECL'd yet. Rukh can take care of that. Or Darth Maul, either one. We're just gonna ECL Rukh. Okay. We have the initiative to gain some life here, unless he... Okay. See what he does. His best move is to kill our Consortium, since that's a way for us to gain 2 life this turn. Or ECL a Poe with a timely intervention, I guess. Wrecker's not bad either. Okay, there's the Wrecker. Kills what? Fighter? Sure. Okay, so the best thing to do is claim the initiative, kill Wrecker with Rukh, so they can't do 7 damage to us. Snoke isn't bad. Really, all these cards are good because we want to gain that life. Okay, so we're gonna keep all these. We're gonna swing it with Rukh. Take that out. See what our opponent does here. Okay, we're gonna gain 2 life. Consortium, get back down to 18. Based on what he does, we will either play Maul or Snoke, most likely. Okay, that's definitely a Maul. To get in for 2, take 3. Okay. Alrighty. I think we could let go of 1 Death Trooper here. Okay, he has the initiative. Okay, he kills our Wrecker. Kills our Maul. We can just fell the dragon. Okay. Let's just try to close the game out. Okay, barrage is solid here. I think again we're just holding on to all these. They're all good. Don't have any timelies for once. So he could have a heroic sacrifice and kill us for 9 next turn. Or we just barrage him now. So we can barrage plus make an opening. So let's just go in for 3 first. Okay. Yep. So we need to make an opening first now. Gets us back down to 20. He gets us to 23. Okay. Could also claim the initiative. But that's, yeah, we didn't get both attacks off, so. We're gonna make an opening. Get down to 20. Okay, he claimed the initiative. Could just kill him here. With Trooper, or just go face. Yeah, if we go face, then he can't just Sabine us. He could still have the heroic sacrifice next turn though. So we still need to kill him either way. We could kill him with Death Trooper and then play Consortium. So we could save our barrage. I don't know how good that is. Either one does about the same thing. At this point, it doesn't matter. Just hoping he doesn't have the card, which he probably does. The way my luck's been today, I'm sure he has the card. Oh, he doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. Good game. It's a close one. Yeah. So we lucked out on that one, but it's close. You know, obviously in the sideboard you're bringing in the 3 top targets for this matchup, which I do not have in the main board currently. And I would bring in the 3rd Vigilance as well, which I play in my sideboard. It's the first time I haven't drawn the Enforcer. Is this keepable? I think it is. It's just, I mean, our turn 1 plays are basically Pyke or the Enforcer, so question is, what are we getting rid of? I mean, if we're keeping the Technician, then we really need to consider keeping Maul. I kind of want to keep the Technician because I want to keep pace with Vader and flip on the same turn. We're gonna have to let go of Maul. I think the Vigilance is too important. Okay, yeah, so this is an easy laser tech. Man. You're making all my decisions tough, aren't you? Okay, we gotta keep something. So we're gonna be able to Traitors the following turn, which is pretty strong. I'll let Consortium go for now. Alrighty, Toro Calican is a great traitorous target against them. Definitely keeping the Avenger here. And our opponent is done. I get it. I get it, man. Traitors will do that to you. Hand looks pretty solid. Okay, we're playing against control though, so we're gonna go Inferno first. Trying to put pressure on them as much as we can while setting up our draws. Snoke is not that great against control. It's fine, but like that can go to the bottom. Consortium is fine, I guess. Let's see what we draw. Depends on what they do too. If they go like, okay, well that's definitely easy Death Trooper decision here. Make sure we take out the Doctor, and we doesn't even die, which is awesome. Yeah, we want to get rid of that card. That card's amazing against us. Gives them advantage at card draw. Depending on what kind of list they're playing, if they're playing a list closer to mine or a list closer to the one that recently won, they may or may have more or less bounties. If you haven't seen my video on Bossk Blue, definitely check it out. It's one of my favorite decks to play right now. I do think this is a tough matchup for Qi'ra Green because of the card draw they have. That's why we took out the Pershing. Death Trooper was the perfect card to have against that, to be able to do 5 damage on turn 2, so they don't get any card advantage. Guess our opponent is trying to consider what to do here. If he has a power of the dark side, then we're just going to let Inferno go. Okay, he's a newer player. Why is my chat not working? My chat is not working. Client's good. Why is my chat not working? I don't know. Alright, he put a bounty on Death Trooper, I think? Yeah. So we're just going to swing in with Death Trooper first. He gains 5 life, that's fine. Nothing we can do about that. So we get him for 2. Player discards 2 cards from their hand. Wonderful. Don't think we need Laser Blast. And I don't think we need Barrage. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this game right now. Alright, Traders is good. Can take the client so we can stop putting bounties on us. We do know that he has 3 Laser Blasts in his deck, so that's a thing, but is he going in for damage here, or he's doing the bounties? Okay. I am gonna just Traitorous now, so that we can get value out of that in case he has another pillage. That was getting kind of annoying, so. Okay. Sure. He still got his value out of client before it died. Another thing that we have to do here, we're gonna go ahead and just flip this. We gotta get him for damage. Okay, those are all good. Can't play any cards this turn. Just not great. So if he pillages us here, just annihilates our hand. I mean, at the very least, we'll get in for damage. I think we have to go Vader here and get rid of Maul. Avenger's too important. Okay, let's see what he has in his hand here. He's only got 4 cards, so that's at least positive. Because when I play that deck, sometimes I can get hands of like 10 cards. This is definitely an unfavorable matchup for Qi'ra. Especially because we have Relentless and Devastator not in the active deck right now. Okay, well he at least didn't pillage us, so that's good. So, and it's kind of nice that we're not playing anything because it gives us a chance to replenish our hand. Okay, we can play Vader here, which is nice, but we really just gotta hope he doesn't have the laser blast. Because then we're just, all that value just is gone. He has not flipped Bossk yet, which is interesting. It means he could be saving it for after the laser blast. I don't know. Okay. Vigilance is good. We don't need that. Vigilance we want for milling. We're just gonna attack in first. For 2. Get back up to 10. Okay, Vader. Let's do the one plate ability. Why does it keep doing that? It's really weird. Death Trooper is wonderful, so we can damage him first. Yep, wow. Again, we're doing the one plate ability so that we can kill the client. Death Trooper has been an MVP. Okay. Barrage is very good here if he plays anything big. Takedown is not as good. We'll see what happens. Sure, he's got removal of some sort, if not a board wipe. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Okay. Restock is not that big of a deal. Just gonna get in for 2. See what our opponent does. He's got 1 card in hand. He took the initiative. We are... I mean, either way, he could take us down. If we damage it, we'd have 3. So I might as well put a shield on Vader. Yes. Okay, Snoke is solid here, but we do have Avenger. Snoke is, I mean, it's a possible closer here. Okay, 2 cards. I'd rather have the units at this point. So we're just going to get it for damage here. Keep the pressure on. I am not going to play another unit though, because I'm expecting there's going to be a board wipe soon. And we have lethal on board next turn. Okay. That is fine. So I mean, he's got an empty hand, so we're just praying that he doesn't find a board wipe. We took our shield off. Well, we just claimed the initiative. Then we get to attack in first and get to 29, so that's pretty strong. I think we're just gonna hold, especially because of the potential for a 3rd pillage. We can also just play a laser tech to get in for 2 extra damage. So he needs like a vigilance here. Okay, he played another pillage. Okay. Alrighty. Good game. I can't say good game for some reason, but good game.